Hi, welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here. So, life update. I am now in it's called work rehabilitation. Work rehab. They are making me train, like physically train, most of the time, just to see what I can and can't do and how my illness is and so on. In the beginning, I was very anxious about the whole deal about in the letter I got, they said, you are going to be here 1 month and most likely we are going to prolong it to 3 months. So, because that's the amount of time they need to find out if you can or can't work. Usually. So with me, I was there on Monday. That was just information. It went well. This week I had car, so I could drive back and forth myself. Next week I have to take bus. Luckily there is one bus that actually go all the way from me to there. The only problem, it is using over 1 hour. So, but I will just have to deal with that. Take some stitching and stitch on the bus most likely. And the reason that it's a long time is because if you drive I go out my door, I use 25 minutes until I'm there. So basically it's a 20 minutes drive and suddenly it is over an hour trip because I need to go to the bus, to where the bus is, and that will take me about 10 minutes, and then it takes a little bit over an hour to take the bus, and then I need to walk for about 5 minutes or so, and yeah. So, but it will be fine. As I said, some stitching will help the trip. So, I trained on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I had a new conversation with my contact person over there, and after 2 days he could say that in this point I am not able to work at all. So, but I have to go there a whole month because they need to see if maybe I will get better when I just getting the hang of things or so on and so on. But they know with my illness most likely I will get worse, not better. So we'll see. But so long, it's fine. The stitching is haven't been the best, but I have gotten some stitching. I am lucky that I also there is a personal trainer that is on the center, and she is very careful, taking care of me when I'm out there. Because when I train, I want to do everything. I love training. The problem is when I train, I get so ill afterwards, and it can last for days. But she is very taking care of me all the time. She's training. You're not going to do more than half of what everybody else is because we're training in a group, not like a big one, but a small one. And if she sees that I'm starting to get like dizzy or just needing to take a break in the middle of the training, she is like, you are going to lay down. And she one of the days she actually walked out, find me a blanket and put the blanket over me and was like, "You're going to lay down." So that's good. And I think it's really good that I'm getting to learn some exercises that I can do that are not too difficult for me, and if I just regulate them to being about 10 to 15 minutes each day, then it will be fine, and I can that way strengthen my body. So I hope that the next 3 weeks will help me get in a good routine with training, so I can train just a little bit every day. So that's that, for those who wondered. I will try and keep this short, as I always say, and I have been babbling for 6 minutes. So just jump into whips. First off, I am stitching a baby sampler for a friend of mine. It's this one. It's stitched on 46 count light lavender by Extrude Designs, and the floss is hand dyed by Rolanda. So not much progress, just a little bit filling in the leaves, and I think maybe I did one more outline, plus I had to frog, so that's that. I just work every time when I'm at the center and we have like 10-15 minutes break, I will take this and stitch on it. So, going to do arbitrary August 1st, and then you get to see my US Huggleball. So, the first thing I said last time I was going to stitch, when I was done with the whole Flosstube thing, was my tapestry by Ink Circles. Looks like this. And it's stitched on 56 count pale yellow by Extrude Designs, and I'm using Victoria Motto's sampler floss. So I did the orange, this pink that is here, and this green one for the motif. So that's just tiny flower up in the corner. Next up, on the 4th of August, my arbitrary August chose Baby Sampler by Joan Elliott. Originally intended for my son, but my husband isn't very fond of it, so I will just have to see. So I used about an hour making this floss card, just because it's so much easier for me to stitch if I have the symbols and the floss just hanging on a floss card, especially when it's whips that I don't stitch on all the time. So here's where I'm at. So I stitched over, down and back, and I just had a few stitches of blue, so I finished off the top of the bird's hat. I don't remember the name of the bird. And I did the H, I believe. So that's that. Then the 5th, my random number generator picked Final Fantasy 7. So I basically did the light grey and the white in separate. That's how I pronounce his name. I think almost no one knows how it's pronounced. And the black. So I am now missing Barrett and Red X to just have a few stitches. Then I have a few stitches in every one of the characters. And yeah, I also did the white on Tifa's t-shirt. Then I did switch my way of picking my ribs because I saw Michelle Bendy, one of them, did have this wheel that you can spin, and that looks really fun. So I asked, where can I find that? And I tried to find it on my mobile phone, didn't have it. So I was like, oh no. And then I went on my iPad and they had it on the store for iPad. So I downloaded it. So now I am spinning a wheel each day. And the first whip, it shows, was the first whip my other random generator picked. It's the baby tree sampler that I'm doing for a friend. So that was funny. Suddenly I didn't believe as much in RNG for a day. So that was the 6th. The 7th, I picked my storytime sampler. I just did a little bit of this is the inner part of the top of the border, because since I am changing, most likely I'm going to change what's in. I don't want to make this at the top because this varies depending on what is placed. Here is like a big castle, so I will just have to see. So I'm just started to make the border, and that's what I did get. And this was my second day on the center. No, my first, second day. And when I came home, I slept from I came home at 2 o'clock until until it was dinner actually. So, and it was dinner like 6 o'clock. So I did have an hour with my son before he went to bed, and then I tried to stitch on my curious huggable and my storytime sampler, and I did almost non-stitching at all on both of them. So, but that's how it is. That's how it's going to be from now on. I'm just happy if I actually get to stitch on 2 projects a day. So, the 8th of August, it picked my QS huggable. So then I decided if it picks my QS huggable, then I can choose what I want to stitch myself. And since that day, the second part of the Haunted Mansion Sal from Tiny Modernist came out, I wanted to stitch on that. And this is stitched on a 16 count Ada that is gray. I'm not sure exactly the name color. So I did finish these windows, did the blue and started the purple and finished off the ghost. And now I am going to rip out all of the ghosts because I want to do it in glow in the dark. I saw someone in the Tiny Modernist Stitch Along Facebook group had done that, and it looks amazing. So the ghost is going to be ripped out and restitched. Then yesterday, the 9th, today is the 10th of August, the 9th, since I was so tired, I got permission to only be there half of the day out on the center. And when I was out there, I was only allowed to work out for almost 15 minutes or so. And then I had to take a break, and I got to work out about 15 minutes in the end, just where you stretch. So I wasn't that tired when I got home. So the random number generator picked my A Legend of the Blue Sea. And I actually did quite a bit of backstitching. So I backstitched this side of her hand, the jewelry, everything you see in the hair and face, and both of these stars, everything in the hair, and I started these pearl bracelet. There's one here and going to be one under. And when I have gotten the second bracelet done, I think I will do some beading just to see how it looks. So that's that. And since I had a great day yesterday for stitching, because I got to stitch before I went out on the center, because I started later and I got home earlier, because Thursdays usually is a shorter day than Thursdays and Wednesdays. So that's where most of my progress on QS Huggable is. This is how it's going to look in the end. And as of yesterday, I am 75% done, only counting the fully finished 10 by 10 squares. That means I'm halfway in the 100, what my personal goal for the 100 Days of Hay Challenge. And I only used through 39 days, so that equals 11 days ahead of schedule. So that's good, because I think it will decrease at least this month when I am on the center, and I hope I can keep up after in September. So one day I just wasn't feeling stitching anything here, so I stitched the green and some of the orange. So you can see he has gotten a tail, his cute little tail. And yesterday I basically worked everything from about here and down on this cup. And it's a lot of confetti and so on, so it actually took quite a while. And going forward here, it will be not that much confetti, so that will go a lot quicker. I haven't stitched today, so this is day 39's end. So I will stitch today, and then it will be, today is day 40, so I will update afterwards, because we update every 10 days on the Facebook group to be in the drawing. So he's looking cute, and he's stitched on 18 count Aida 2/1. So over to plans. This week it is Stitchathon. That's an event on the Cross Stitch Finish Line Facebook group, and that means I had to do my random generator for today, Saturday and Sunday. So first off, today I am supposed to work on my Lady and the Tiger, and here's where I'm at on that one. So I will just see how much stitching I get done. Actually today we are having visitors. While I have been sitting here, I got a notification on my messenger on my iPad that my husband said my mother-in-law is also coming today, so I might not edit this Flosstube, we'll see, just to save some time so I actually can get some stitching done. Next up, on Saturday I am supposed to work on my Be Inspired. So looking forward to that. I think maybe I will start to put in some color, but I will see. If I have a lot of time, I will start to do some colors, and if not, I will just do the black, because that's easy to do when you don't have much stitching time. And last, it's picked the Dragon Coasters project I am working on. So I figured I really want to make this into a biscorner, so I will try and do the green dragon, and here is going to be a blue dragon, because I want to do these dragons as in rainbow colors, not like all the colors I can do. So first out is pink, green and blue, I think, maybe red. And then I will be able to have some FFOs, because then I can FFO the coasters and the biscorner. So I also need to, the test stitch I did, I need to FFO that. I think maybe I will just do a temporarily FFO with a hoop and take some pictures and send. I have to try and do some more on the baby sampler with the tree, because my friend is due the 7th of September. Yeah, I think it was the 7th of September. So need to get working on that. What more was I planning? Oh yes, I also did sign up for the Great Biscorner Swap Facebook group. Is having a swap where you are only going to do the biscorner in one color. So I need to get that started, at least kit it up. And I also saw Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Hi Michelle. She had on her wheel, she had put in whips that she wanted to start. And I were like, well, I have whips I like to start. And I have some whips that have been kitted up for ages. Even though I'm in a mood that I want to get things finished, I'm also in a mood where I'm like, if I have bought it, why not just start it? If it just lays in my stash for 5 or 6 years, I will never get the enjoyment of stitching them, because at that time it may be I'm not feeling them anymore to stitch, so it will be a waste of money. So if I have kitted it up, I am thinking that I can start it at least. Because my plans is going forward that once in a while I will do an arbitrary month, as we're doing the arbitrary August, and just get some stitching on everything done. Because so far the arbitrary August has been really fun, even though I don't have much stitching time and I have to do my QS huggable. It's still a lot of fun. Even more than I first believed, because I was anxious about the whole switching each day. I really like working on one project for a longer time, but since I think since I have my QS huggable as my long time project, working on each and every day, I don't mind that much switching a second project and just get a little break from my QS huggable. So, and I think that's my plans. So over to haul. Believe it or not, I have 3 things. I got my silk of the month from Silks for You. It always comes in these nice bags. And it's different shades of green. It's more like a gray-green color. Trying to get them in numerical order, because that's when you really can see the difference the best. So here's what they look like. So this type of green colors, it's not my favorite, but still it looks good and it will work with this variegated floss also. And all these colors match, so you can use them in a stitching. So but still, like this green, when it's so almost light gray with just a hint of light green, that one I really like. It's a nice color, and I love the silks. They are beautiful, and as you know, I have stitched and are stitching a lot of projects where I am using the silks from you. So, and next up, I am buying way too many project bags if I want to reduce my whip count. I'm not in that mood yet. So my goal is to at least have a project bag for every whip, because now some bags are sharing project bags. So I have a lot of big project bags. So now I am going after some that are just a tiny bit smaller. And this one I have long wanted to buy. It's from Evertote. Hi Caroline, if you're watching. I just love the project bag. They feel really soft and they don't take much space. I don't have like this huge space to have my ongoing whips. So having project bags that isn't like super huge or wonky, it's a good thing. So I bought a medium wedge tote. I saw this pattern and I loved it, but every one of, I think she had some large ones and they were gone. So when I found out that I wanted some that not necessarily are super huge, I bought this one. And it's fantastic. And I got this swallow, I think it's called, to have on there. And it's just lined in white. So this is really, really me. It's like if you want to define me in a project bag, this is it. Or maybe there should be some cutie stuff also on it, and it had been me, and some fantasy. And then I wanted to try a wedge tote, and she had some that wasn't like super big. I think this is a medium or a small one, wedge tote. And I liked it because it has all these sewing, quilting, knitting, basically crafting sayings, like so happy. I love that one. So these bags, you actually have to go in on every single one and find the one you like the best, because they're not identical. So I picked this basically because I wanted the so happy on there. So I will try this and use for stitching, because the really small ones, like my coaster projects, a lot of these are just this size and not on a whole piece of fabric. And like my Final Fantasy, I keep them in just the same project bag because they're so small. So I was thinking I wanted to try and use this for that. And it will also be a good bag to just bring with me if I want to stitch while I travel, most likely. So, and if I don't like it, my mother-in-law is a knitter. She knits a lot. So if I don't like it and it doesn't fit my needs, then it will be a great gift for her for Christmas or her birthday. So we'll see. And if not, I might need to do another ordering with Caroline. So, have you seen my super cute t-shirt? I love this raccoon. I love this t-shirt. It's soft, it's light, and it's not like squishing any place. So that's what I had for you today. I will be back in a week. You will see if I have edited this or not. Are starting to getting closer to 500 subscribers, and then I will do a giveaway. I have been thinking, and most likely the big piece of fabric I dyed for the epic Storytime Princess Sal, that one might go in the giveaway, because I have been thinking maybe I want to do them in 3 separate columns so I can hang on my wall instead of one big one, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. And I have been cleaning a little bit in my stash, so there might show up some patterns. I did buy from Stash Unload some used patterns. I got like 17 for £5 British. 17 patterns. So if there's some, when I get that and there is someone I know I don't not are going to stitch, then I'll give it away. And the same with the magazines. I'm still cutting out and organizing and trying to find out what I want and will not stitch. So those will also be coming to give away. Most likely I will do like Michelle and just do a few each week and give away. So look forward to that. And when we reach 500 subscribers, I will try and have most of the giveaway ready for you to see when that giveaway starts. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me. I really enjoy interacting with all of you. You are amazing. And now I'm just rambling again. So I will see you later. Bye.